Hi, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Josh.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Hiking Fools, bringing you unique personal insight on Glacier National Park that you can't get anywhere else. In this episode, we are discussing camping at Apgar. And we'll cover things like what you need to know before you go, some favorites and secrets and inside information of ours, what to think about when you think about wildlife considerations, some of our personal experiences, and some tips and thoughts on how to make the most of your camping trip to Apgar.
Apgar Campground is located 5 minutes just inside the west entrance, and it's the largest campground in the entire park. It's got over 190 sites.
It's the most available campground early in the season, right? I mean, you can get in there right away and camp you can camp there all year, I guess, right?
You can. It's open all season. They have one loop open in the wintertime for primitive camping. I like it because of the location. It's really, really close to Apgar Village and the visitor center. You got Lake McDonald right there, and it's got some really good amenities.
Absolutely. It's a perfect mix of a lot of things. Tall, wooded area with privacy, but quick access to other Glacier Park features.
Exactly. It offers tent, RV, and even some group sites. They got flush toilets, potable water, fire pit. Obviously, you need to keep track of the fire conditions because it gets really hot and dry around here, and they may tell you no campfires.
It can. And this year, early in the season, you just never know. This year, we've had less snow through the winter, and it's gotten hotter quicker. So make sure you know what to do and what not to do when it comes to having a fire in the campground.
Yes, and they do offer a dump station for those of you who love to RV camp.
We've got a little travel trailer. You know, some time ago, Sarah says, well, the boys are little, but we want to keep camping. And hey, we'll do the backcountry tent and we'll do the tent camping, car camping. But for us right now in this stage in life, we've got the travel trailer and the boys stay in there. And it's nice to have the hard side. And it's a little bit of glamping sometimes. But I'll tell you what, walk out the door of your tent or your camper and these towering trees make you feel like you're right in it. Also, Sarah, don't forget, you must reserve these sites 6 months in advance. So when it's the dead of winter, you need to be thinking about what you're going to do in early summer, that first weekend that school gets out.
Yeah, they do have a couple reserved for walk-up camping.
Yeah, first come, first serve. So there's options.
Not very many, so plan ahead.
If you can't, it's hard to plan ahead. Some of us are planners, some aren't. So if you just put a little note on your calendar in January, then you'll be ready for the summer.
Yeah, I just want to touch base circle back around about the fire situation. And make sure you never leave your fire unattended. That's really important. Again, because it gets so hot and dry, you don't want that to get out of control and be the one responsible to cause a whole burn in the national park.
Don't even say it. Right now it's June. Don't even say the F word. We are enjoying summer, and that's what we're going to do for now.
Also, always keep a clean camp. You are camping in bear country, and they do pass through often, even in the campground, the middle of the day, at night. We see them. We've even got this year we've got deer in there, some mule deer that are becoming a bit habituated and kind of a concern. So always keep a clean camp and don't leave things food related. Even with food smells, don't burn your food, paper plates and stuff.
Yeah, and if you don't forget, don't be scared, but the ranger, comes around. A lot of times they're volunteers at the campground. Good guys. I think this year it was Paul or Joe or Mike or somebody. He came around and said, hey, what do you got going out on that picnic table? And we just had to look again and say, you're right, let's put it away, make sure it's locked up. There are bear boxes available. So we have the luxury of a, travel trailer, but there are food boxes available, right? Locking boxes all over the campground.
Yeah, for tenters. Remember, a food-conditioned bear ends up becoming dangerous and often euthanized, unfortunately.
A fed bear is a dead bear. I hate the saying, but it's the truth. And so you've got to be careful, respect the wildlife. It's good for us and for them to keep a clean camp.
Yes, NPS likes to say, leave no trace.
Sarah, I've got to mention this too, because it surprised us one year. Here's a little tip. If you're camping in Apgar, and the vehicle entry system has started, you can't get past that. Your entry into the park must be separate than your camping reservation. Most of the rest of the park, if you have a service reservation, it gets you into the park over the pass. But if you're camping in Apgar, the checkpoint is past Apgar Campground.
It is. And actually, I think that's okay because Apgar Village has a lot to entertain you, and people just want to come in, and that's a great place for people to congregate and enjoy without needing to have an entry ticket. And the traffic was being backed up all the way on the highway, entering the park. And now we don't really have that. So that's great.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot to offer in Apgar area, and if you don't have the entry ticket, you can still experience that. Walk around the village, go to the visitor center, head to the left at the T and explore Fish Creek and the other side of Lake McDonald. So I got to tell you the truth, I've liked every improvement they've made each year from the vehicle entry ticket system. It's changed a little bit. They're tweaking it, and you can get tickets in advance, but you can also get them the night before.
Correct. Yeah. I really like Apgar Campground because, like I said before, it's central right there in Apgar Village. It's super family friendly. They have a great hiker bike path that's paved, and it takes you, it exits actually right at Loop C in the campground. And it'll take you right to the visitor center. It's a quick, easy walk through the woods. It's beautiful. They have a shuttle start there also for, if you're going to ride a jammer bus. You can also walk to the village, which they have restaurants, ice cream. They've got a motel. They've got an inn, gift shops. And the view at Lake McDonald there at the foot of the lake is spectacular.
Certainly. I mean, we are the hiking fools and we love the slopes and the elevation game, but I'll tell you what, a lot of times it's nice to walk on a paved path.
Yes, it is. It connects park headquarters right there in the West Glacier entrance all the way to Apgar Village. So it's around 1.5 miles, 3 miles round trip. And it's the only paved and pet-friendly path in the whole park.
Yeah, right. You can't always take your pets on the trail, but this is one example where you can.
The visitor center is great, too. They've got a lot of great interpretive signs. They have a little gift shop. You can also go and speak with volunteer rangers or even a ranger if you have questions about the park.
Yeah, we just experienced that. They're there, they're helpful, they're ready to talk about. There's a lot of resources, printed graphics, and signage that you can check out that refers to other parts of the park. This is kind of a good jumping off point.
You can also jump on the bike path. It's got a little offshoot trail there near Apgar Village, and it'll take you right into the neighboring campground, which is Fish Creek. You can go to the Oxbow Overlook on McDonald Creek there, and also get to Rocky Point, which is a little nature trail. It's great, family-friendly, huckleberries, a little spot for the beach right on Lake McDonald. You can jump off the rocks there safely, of course, but that bike path is great. It's fabulous.
Oh, yeah, the rocks are great to jump off. If you want to do that, you got to be ready because if you're jumping, then it's all of that freezing cold water all at once. And I've got a photo of me. I've got wearing a red swimsuit, and I jump off. I say, the quote is, not a lifeguard. But, it's fun. You get right into it's such a deep blue. Rocky Point is a great trail, like you said, a mile long or so one way, and huckleberries abundant at the right time of year.
Yes. And speaking of water, how about the boating? There's lots of boating on Lake McDonald.
Yeah, boating is accessible. We've done that with kayaks. You can rent. Can't you rent things right there?
Yeah, they actually have a boat rental right there next to Village Inn. And you can rent regular motorboats. You can rent kayaks and paddle boats. They recommend reserving ahead of time, but you also can, do some walk-ups as well. Always start early. It fills up quickly. That lake is beautiful, and everybody wants to be on it.
It's the largest lake in Glacier National Park, and I'll tell you what, the wind comes up pretty quickly. I've seen Lake McDonald like glass, and I've seen Lake McDonald with whitecaps.
You can reserve your boating at Glacier Park Boat Company. There's a 2-hour minimum rental time. And if you don't want to do all the work paddling around, you can drive just a couple miles, 9 miles up the road to Lake McDonald Lodge, and you can take a boat tour. And they fill your mind full of lots of awesome information and history, and they cruise around the head of Lake McDonald. So that's pretty cool, too.
The De Smet. Yeah, it's a great tour. It talks about the fires on the other side of the lake, a little history of the lodge. It's a great, great tour for somebody just getting familiar with the park.
If you do decide to hang out at Apgar Village and rent a boat, all reservations for the day of your reservation include a vehicle reservation ticket on the Going to the Sun Road for your party in one vehicle. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
If you've got to get that vehicle entry ticket, just go rent a boat and cruise around and then go up the road.
Ooh, a little tip, secret inside information, Sarah. And I've got another one. As we're camping, As you're choosing a site, don't forget, somewhere right in the middle of Apgar Campground is the best place to camp because you're a little bit removed from the Sun Road, a little bit removed from the lake area where there's picnic and, a little bit of traffic and the village as well. So if you're right in the middle of the campground, Loop B, maybe Loop C, I can't tell you everything.
Wait a minute, Josh. You can't give away all our secrets.
Listen, it's the best place. If you're going to reserve early and look for the middle of the campground. It'll be the most secluded, most private, most serene campground.
So let's say you come into the park and you camp and you bring your own water vessel. What do you do then?
I don't know, Sarah. What did you do then?
Well, if you're bringing in your own watercraft, you're motorized, non-motorized, doesn't matter. You got to have it inspected. They've got a really convenient boat check area located across from the boat dock right there in Apgar Village. The AIS inspection process is quick, it's easy, and it's required. So make sure you get that done. We don't want to spread invasive species that are aquatic.
Yeah.
So
Do
take
it
care
right
of that.
away. Do it right away when you get into the park and set up your campsite. You don't want to do it later. And even me, they look at me, they're kind of like, this guy looks sketchy, but we're going to check his boat, and it's always clean. Keep your boat clean. They're fun to work with, and you just take care of that. It's a quick thing. Get a little tag on it for your stay, and you're good to go on the lake.
Make sure you check the NPS website for their times. They do have, they work 8 to 4 or something like that. And it's seasonal. It depends on that too. So check ahead of time so that you can plan ahead and arrive early if you want to go out on that, moonlight paddle on Lake McDonald.
We're taking a short commercial break, but stick with us. We're the Hiking Fools. We've got another segment coming right up.
Hello, this is Don Bennett, President of Freedom Bank in Columbia Falls. Even though we are a small community bank, we offer high-tech, high-touch service, giving our customers access to modern-day conveniences while maintaining the old-fashioned personal customer service for which Freedom Bank has become known. We respect privacy and cherish mutually beneficial relationships. Freedom Bank, we want to be your bank.
Welcome back. We are the Hiking Fools and have been discussing camping at Apgar. What a great place. It's wonderfully wild, but it's also close to civilization. I mean, you can walk from your campsite to get ice cream, get the village, get some supplies. You got civilization close enough to you to feel comfortable if you forgot something, for example.
Yeah, the campground is only a half-a-mile walk from the village, and you can go get some ice cream. You can go rent bear spray. You can go shopping. You can go to the restaurant. You can admire the views on the lake.
Everything you need. I'm camping in the trees in the wild, but I got everything I need. So we were here last weekend, Sarah, camping, and the rangers said the night before that a little cinnamon black bear was walking around the campsite. So this is real. You want to be prepared. Bear spray is a must-have, and if you're traveling, there is still a solution.
Yeah, you can purchase. It's kind of a lot of money. It's $50 a canister. You can't really fly with that back. So if you want to rent it, Apgar Village right there offers some bear spray rentals through Glacier Outfitters. They got a booth, and if you don't want to fly home with it, they've got some drop-off spots back there in Apgar Village, the Glacier Airport, and various places throughout the park.
That's crucial at the airport, right? Because you're coming and going. You might get there, and I did it once. I had a backpack that I was taking to fly to Michigan, and I seriously did not know that it was in there, but sure enough, it came up on the scan, and they looked at me with kind of a sneaky eye and said, "What are you doing here, son?" I said, "Look at me. I'm just a hiker. I'm a hiking fool. I forgot to take this out of my backpack." So definitely do not do that. But like Sarah said, there's a place to drop it right at the airport, which is genius.
You might be forever flagged there at the airport.
Well, I was anyway, probably. All right, and back to our experience just last weekend. We spent an afternoon on the lake. There's a couple of pull-offs along the road. Our son built a sailboat, I'll call it. He was on a kayak, put a couple of paddles, strung a towel between the two, and it actually worked. He was making headway on this homemade sail, and I loved an afternoon at the beach. If you're camping there are plenty of pull-offs along the way up the Sun Road, and you can just pull off and have a picnic, get in the water. It is cold. Don't forget, it is cold. But cold plunging is a thing. It's a fad right now. Now, in the spring, before the road opens to traffic, there's a hiker-biker shuttle that'll take you anywhere you want to go. And once the road opens to traffic, then a hiker shuttle is still running, and Apgar is a great spot to catch that.
Yeah, and it's free, which is awesome. The system offers hikers a chance to access places along the Going to the Sun Road, and the road has multiple stops between Apgar and Logan Pass. If you want to go down to the east side, you just have to switch shuttles there at Logan, and that'll take you all the way down to St. Mary. I think that hiker shuttle is awesome, especially if you want to avoid the traffic. All those precious places, trailheads, and popular areas fill up quickly, and the hiker shuttle is a great opportunity to immerse yourself into the park without dealing with all the traffic.
And not only not dealing with it, but let's talk conservation and preservation. The less traffic we can have in Glacier Park, the better off it's going to be in the long run. So you're right. It's a free hiker shuttle that runs all the time, has plenty of stops throughout. It's busy. It gets busy, so you want to make sure that you plan ahead and leave a little extra time if you're going to hop on that shuttle.
Yeah, each of those bus stops there have a 15 to 30 minute wait, and it's not too bad. It might be a little busier some throughout the day, but it fills up quick, and it's a smart option. It runs 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
A little bit different on the east side. We're talking about the west side. And I'll tell you what, it's not a bad place to sit and wait and talk to some interesting people. People from all over the world are visiting. You can rest your legs after a long hike and just kind of wait for the shuttle. So it's not much of an inconvenience waiting for the shuttle at these stops.
Yeah, they also offer jammer tours too. You have to pay for that, but that's another way to see the park, and that's not too far from Apgar Campground. You can access a jammer bus tour from Lake McDonald Lodge, and those are beautiful, and they fill your mind full of awesome information, history, geology, just like the boat tours. So it's another great option to see the park that's not too far from where you're camping.
Now, Apgar also provides a lot of access to local hikes of all levels. We've got the Apgar bike path, and we've got the Huckleberry Nature Trail with the South Boundary Trail, a little bit less traveled. It runs right along the river and is very scenic. Comes across a couple of bridges, and it's a great spot to take a short hike right from Apgar Campground.
And if you're up for a challenge, we've got Huckleberry Lookout, and check out our latest episode talking about Apgar Lookout, which is very close as well.
And of course, another popular hike is Avalanche Lake. This last time we went in the evening. That's the great thing about camping at Apgar is you have such close access to all of these things. You don't have to worry about losing daylight. We hiked Avalanche in the evening, pretty late. We just decided on a whim to go hike Avalanche, just 15, 20-minute drive, and the 4.4-mile round trip, we made it back with plenty of daylight. I'll tell you what, Avalanche Lake in the evening with the sun setting against that beautiful backdrop, that was totally worth it.
Yeah, just be careful. Make sure you take your bear spray. Evening isn't the greatest choice to go hiking, but you have to worry about bears a little more. They like to move in that morning, evening hour, so just be careful. But yes, that backdrop with the sunset on that cirque is spectacular.
Well, hold on, Sarah. Don't say too much about Avalanche Lake. That will be our next episode. We'll take a deeper dive into hiking Avalanche Lake. So we've shared just about everything you need to know about camping at Apgar. Tips and final thoughts. Remember to reserve early. You've got to grab these 6 months in advance. There's a few sites available, first come, first serve. Choose an optimal site. We like right in the middle of this Apgar campground. Those are the best sites. Don't forget you need a vehicle entry ticket if you plan to explore the park and go beyond Apgar. Recreation.gov is your only source for that. And look for hikes close to home. This is your new home, and you can sprout off in any direction, really, and find a good hike for any level, beginner to a little bit more challenging. Don't forget a hammock. You want to relax. Don't put it over the vegetation. Be kind to the trees. Yeah, you got to make sure you have your straps and take care of the surrounding flora and fauna. But it's a great place to be, and we encourage you to camp at Apgar. Tune in next time for a deeper dive on Avalanche Lake and what a great hike this is. And remember to follow the podcast on Apple or Spotify. I'm Josh.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Hiking Fools, encouraging you to always go.